Hello, and welcome to eQuoteMD's Medical Malpractice Insurance video blog. I'm Tim Ryan, and I'm here to answer any of your questions regarding your medical malpractice insurance coverage. Today we'll be speaking about entity coverage. Recently, one of my clients approached me and wanted to know what exactly entity coverage was, what exactly it covered, and how much it would cost. Now, entity coverage is extremely important to any medical malpractice insurance program. When we say entity, that is essentially referring to a corporation, or in the case of medical malpractice insurance coverage, your PC or your PLLC. Now, corporations, legally speaking, are known as fictitious people in the sense that they can almost do anything a real person can in the business world. For example, they can own property, they can enter into contracts, but for this case, they can be sued. So, if you have a PC or a PLLC, it can actually be named in a lawsuit, and if it doesn't have coverage, the owner of the PC or the PLLC will be held liable. So, for example, let's take a fictitious Dr. Johnson. If Dr. Johnson purchases medical malpractice insurance coverage on himself, but not his PC, he could be in trouble. If he's sued and the PC is named in the lawsuit, Dr. Johnson will be covered by the insurance company, but the PC will not be. Any defense costs or liability incurred by the PC will transfer to the owner, which is generally the doctor, in this case Dr. Johnson, and Dr. Johnson will still have to pay out any monetary claims that are due. So you can start to see how important understanding entity coverage really is. Now, the next logical question is, okay, I want my PC covered, but how much is it going to cost? Well, that depends how you set the coverage up. There's generally two ways to do that. The first way is what we call split or separate limits. The second way is shared limits. Now, when we talk about limits, that refers to the limits of liability. So in most states in the country, the limits of liability are 1 million, 3 million. Some states are lower, some states are higher, but for this example, we'll use 1 million, 3 million. In the separate limits or split limits, if you do that option, the doctor will have $1 million of coverage per claim, and the PC will have an additional $1 million of coverage per claim. This option generally costs more than the doctor being insured simply by himself. The second way to do it is to do shared limits. In this case, the doctor and the PC will share the $1 million of liability coverage the insurance company provides. About 95% of my doctors will go this direction as opposed to the separate limits, although both are available to you. The shared limits, again, is of no cost generally to most doctors. All this to say, there are no cookie-cutter answers or one-size-fits-all solutions to your specific needs in your practice. Make sure that your confidant in the medical malpractice insurance world is experienced and knowledgeable about entity coverage to make sure that you are fully protected in the event of a lawsuit. Once again, I'm Tim Ryan for eQuoteMD. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.